everybody, welcome. This is the Smiling Banjo Podcast presented by the Philadelphia Folk Song Society. My name's Emily Drinker. I am a Philadelphia Folk Fest goer for many, many years. I'm a singer-songwriter based here in Philly, and this show is really aimed at sitting down with artists and chatting with them about their career and what drives them and just getting to know them. And we're actually here on site at the Philly Folk Fest right now. Really, really thrilled to be here with John Gallagher Jr.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. No, I'm thrilled. Very thrilled to be here on the first day of Fest.
Yeah.
It's great to have it back, and it's a beautiful day, so there's really nothing to complain about here.
You've been coming here, you came here as a child.
Yes, I think we share a bit of a history in that, I started coming to the folk festival when I was probably like 8 or 9, I guess. My mom and dad have been coming for years and years. My dad is an active volunteer. He's run the back of house stuff for the Tank Stage for many years. He's done a lot of stage management here, and it was formative years that I spent here as a kid. I mean, it taught me so much of what I've come to know and love and appreciate about songwriting and music and community and art really in general. So I don't really know where I would be necessarily without the community of the Philadelphia Folk Festival. It was a huge part of my upbringing.
That's incredible. And is this your first time? I mean, you're on the main stage. Is it your first time playing the main stage?
I've played the main stage once a long time ago, 2007 to be precise, with my old band. I was in a band full of a lot of local fest kids. It was called Old Springs Pike. We played the main stage. It was a similar time. I think it was like a 5 or 6 p.m. slot that we played on like a Sunday. So I haven't been on the main stage since I was 23.
Wow.
But I've played a couple of the side stages since then, little workshops and songwriter rounds and stuff like that. But this is the first time that I've been back on the main stage, so I'm really, really psyched. And I brought my band from New York, which is really fun because I do a lot of both. I go back and forth to like solo singer-songwriter shows, but then I also play with the band as well. So I'm happy to be here with the. It's a little less lonely when you've got an ensemble with you.
I wanted to ask you about that because I read that somewhere that you do a lot. You go back and forth.
I do.
I don't know, what's that experience like? Do you prefer, I mean, I'm sure you prefer...
It's funny, I've grown comfortable with both of them.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of figured out how to hold my own when it's just me up there, and I kind of know what works and what doesn't work, and how to kind of grab people's attention. It can be hard sometimes to keep people's attention when it's just you and an acoustic guitar. That's always been my big fear, is that it's going to become boring somehow, or it won't be enough. And so the band is really fun, mostly just for me as a music lover, because if I start to get bored with myself, I can just look and be like, oh my gosh, Hannah's doing something amazing, Oscar's doing something incredible, Tim sounds great, Zach sounds great. So it's, and you kind of, you feed off of each other.
Yeah, sure.
It's fun to go on stage with your friends because you feel like, you're all kind of in it together. But I've also gotten better at I used to feel really lonely on stage as a solo performer. And now I've gotten, I enjoy my own company in a way that I used to not, so I like going back and forth between both. It keeps it interesting to not get stuck in kind of like one rut, really.
Yeah. So are you doing some full band and solo tours I know you have a new album out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it has been a little bit of half and half of kind of doing some club shows with the full band, and then doing like smaller coffee shops and listening room kind of venues where I've been playing, the kind of the solo versions of those songs. We tried to make the record. I was conscious as I was recording it of trying to make a record where I'd be okay doing it both ways, and I would think like, okay, I want to make sure that I have, because the record is very much a full band affair. It's a rock and roll record, but with a real singer-songwriter heart. It's very raw and vulnerable, cathartic and emotional. So I wanted to be able to have kind of like 2 versions of each song, where I knew that I could do it with a band, but if I needed to go out on my own, I can still play the whole record, which was important to me. It's a bummer when you get out there and you're like, oh, I want to play this, but it doesn't really sound like the album. So tried to kind of find versions of the songs that would kind of fit both molds.
Very cool. Well, you do so much stuff, like you're an actor, you've been writing songs since you were like 5, I think I saw that. Your first song when you were 5.
It's not very good, but I did.
And you're on the road, like performing so much, like I'm always curious how artists stay kind of, not inspired, but how do you keep your creative kind of spark going? Because like, it's a grind, you know?
It is, yeah. A big part of it for me, and this is kind of almost more general towards like living life as I've gotten older, is to kind of I'm kind of a bit of a catastrophizer and a worrier at heart, and I've gotten used to letting things live and lie a little bit more, of just kind of being like, oh, I haven't really written a song in a while. And there was a period in my life where I would have been like, oh my God, it's done, it's gone, the muse is done, it's dried up, I'm over, I'm toast, I'll never write again. And I just like the trust of being like, oh, interesting, yeah, okay, whatever, I guess I'm doing this for now, and it'll come when it comes. And because I haven't worked with like a major label, I do okay, but I'm not so successful that anybody's like banging my door down for more songs. It's kind of up to me, and I'm still a pretty independent artist in that respect. So I kind of get to, wind my own watch in those respects.
You can have like writing phases, phases, kind of.
Yeah, it's a bit of a privileged place to be, because a lot of people, I think, they do have the ticking clock, and they do have somebody knocking on the door. Because I don't necessarily have a boss as far as the music goes, I'm able to wait, and I have other, I'm privileged in that I do other things too, so I can go work on other things and wait for the muse, so to speak, maybe more than
maybe those other projects
the average can.
Inform.
And they do, and they always, everything I'm off doing, I know that I'm kind of filling up the bag for whatever I'm going to write about in a few months' time. So I just try to kind of fill it up and keep it to the brim, and then kind of let it come as it comes.
Congrats on the new album.
Thank
it sounds
you.
awesome. I was listening to it on the way here to Folk Fest. I was like,
oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of it.
Band.
Yeah, they're amazing. I'm very lucky to play with this group. I mean, my keyboard player Hannah has toured with Lord. My drummer Zach was Sting's drummer for 3 years, and they're all incredible. They're just unreal. I don't deserve them, but for some reason they still want to play music with me. So I'm trying not to ask too many questions about it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your Broadway career. It's so cool. You were in Spring Awakening, which was one of my favorites ever, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And I didn't even put that together until I was reading about you. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's wild. I've done 2 Broadway musicals, Spring Awakening, Duncan Sheik wrote all those songs, and then I did Green Day's American Idiot on Broadway in 2010. And I'm about to go back to Broadway with the 3rd musical I've ever done, which is called Swept Away, and it's based upon the songs of the Avett Brothers.
That's so cool.
2-time Philadelphia Folk Festival alum. I saw them here in 2005, 2006. I was a huge fan. I ran right up to the merch booth and bought their CD. Never thought that, almost 2 decades later I'd be working with them on a musical. So it's one of those completely full circle moments. I still remember walking up on that hill and them getting introduced in 2005, and I remember turning and being like, these guys are going to be huge. Like, I just was like so struck by them, and I like became a massive fan. I started following them. Anytime they came through New York, I would go watch them play, like the club date, the theater date, the bigger arena. Then they're playing the stadiums, just kind of taking off. But it's been amazing, and I've told them, that I was like, I saw you guys at the Philly Folk Festival, and they're like, oh, 2005, we remember that. That was like one of our first times playing in Philly, and we were really nervous. They remember the Folk Fest gigs. So that starts previews in October on Broadway. So.
I'm definitely going to
come check it out. It's really cool. And if you like the Avett Brothers, we try our best to do their songs justice.
And did you grow up doing theater?
I did. I did a lot of community theater in Wilmington, Delaware, where I'm from, at the Wilmington Drama League and the Delaware Children's Theater. I played Tom Sawyer when I was 12 years old at the Delaware Children's Theater. I went through a particularly challenging experience doing The Secret Garden when my voice was changing.
Oh no.
I was going through puberty, and I was supposed to play the kid that basically is like sings everything kind of soprano, and I was like, I could have done it a few years back, but my voice was changing, and I was struggling up there, but I have good memories nevertheless.
Oh man, I wish I had run into you back in the day, because I was a theater kid and
I'm
a Folk Fest kid. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're cut from the same cloth here.
Totally.
Oh man, how cool.
You've had such an amazing career, so congratulations.
Thank you.
On all the
I've been
cool
lucky.
projects.
It's like I kind of had a lot of right place, right time stuff happen at an early age, and I've been really grateful for the strange trajectory that it's put me on.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Like, do you have a go-to campfire jam that you like to bring?
Go-to campfire jam that I know is gonna hit hard. Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. What has been my my campfire? I know that Lord, I've played 1,000. You know
it
what?
could be obvious. It doesn't have to be obscure.
There's this songwriter named Pat McDonald who has a song called 2x4, and it oddly is one that I feel like I played it a couple times at the fest when I was doing the campsite rove around with my dad and my family, and for some reason that's something that whenever I come back, people are like, Johnny, what was that song you did in 2014?
Wow.
So that's one that I bust out sometimes. Yeah.
Sweet. What's it called again?
2x4.
2x4.
Yeah. It's really good. It's one of those songs where you're kind of like, what? This is fun. What are we doing here? And then it has one of those last verse moments where it flips the whole song.
Oh, wow.
And you're like, I don't know if you know L.A. County by Lyle Lovett. I don't know if you know that song.
Yeah.
That has one too where he's talking about the lights of L.A. County, the lights of L.A. County. And it's like, oh, the lights of L.A. County, how beautiful. And then at the end, you realize that he shot someone and he's in jail.
You're
the
like,
lights of L.A. County. Oh, he's in the L.A. County prison.
Wow.
It's one of those genius moments
Yeah.
where you think you're listening to one thing, and then in the last verse, they give you something, and you're like, oh my God, I
That's
didn't realize this is
masterful.
really
Yeah,
worth. 2x4 has a similar kind of trick to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I get to hear you
I
play
hope so
that in
too. I
camp-
hope we can make it over
campfire.
to the campgrounds. That would be fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much. For
My
chatting
pleasure. Thank you for chatting with me.
Yeah, I hope everybody checks out John Gallagher Jr. online, on socials, John Gallagher on Spotify, all the places.
Yeah, go to all the places. I'm there. And bug me. If you want me to play a show at your venue, you know where to find me. I'll play pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. Thank you. And we're going to play one of his tracks for y'all to close out the episode. Thanks again for tuning in for the Smiling Banjo Podcast.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
All right, folks. Here to round out this beautiful Friday afternoon program on the Martin Guitar Stage at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. We have a folk rocker from Brooklyn, New York. His latest album, Goodbye or Something, was released June 28th on Grand Phony Music. Put together a kick-ass band to play for us this afternoon. Please welcome to the stage John Gallagher Jr.
1, 2, 3, hey! I scratched your name off the mailbox. I smashed a bottle on the sidewalk. So sick and tired of all the setbacks I suffer every time that we talk. I broke the sunglasses that you gave me on my 32nd birthday. And I'm just sweeping up the pieces, wondering why everybody leaves me. 'Cause you always were my everything. I was just your summer flame, you left burning. So I guess this is goodbye or something. I got the USPS notice saying you had changed your address. So I took it out back with some matches and listened to our song till it was ashes. I thought our love was all that we had. You must have crossed your fingers when you sang that, 'cause now you're on to the next fact. I hope it suits you better than the last act. I tried to give you everything, but you always had a piece missing. So I guess this is goodbye or something. Goodbye or something. I tied my belt to the doorknob, but couldn't bring myself to finish the job. See, I made my sister this promise, and I pride myself on being honest. I had to find a way to shake the shiver, so I took myself out to dinner. Don't think I really wanted to die, just wanted you to see the headline. Regret every single thing that you threw away like it was nothing. So I guess this is goodbye or something. I guess this is goodbye or something. Yeah, I guess this is goodbye or something. Thank you very much, Schwenksville. Well, I'm back in Berkeley and nobody loves me. Man, it sure feels like I've been here before, with a spotlight shining down above me. I got a job to do, but I'm not sure what for. Nothing matters anymore. I'm back in the East Bay with the blues again. I guess I'm destined to repeat my past, because I'm trapped in a San-Cramps hotel room again, with suicide-proof windows and some N95 masks. Nothing good can last. Oh, when I was 26, I knew a girl from Minneapolis. We started dancing down an inevitable path. But now I'm 37 and the girl has gone and left. She wants to stay, my friend, I just can't go back. Babe, I don't bend like that. Oscar Rodriguez on the guitar. On the wall in the room down the hall from me, the memories of you are hiding behind every bend I round. I kinda wish they'd tear it down. Oh Lord, I'm lost in the San Francisco fog once more, caught in a cycle of loneliness and pain. And I'm tossing down 'cause I can see the sky. And the lights of the Golden Gate are calling out my name. The cycle ends today. I'm back in Berkeley and nobody loves me. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks so very much, everybody. I'm going to do one more song for y'all and then get the heck out of here. But I got a few things that I got to say and a couple people I really got to thank. I just want to thank the whole community at the Philly Folk Festival. I grew up here. I've been coming to this festival since I was about 8 years old. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. It taught me just about everything I know about music and songwriting and community. So it's really, really exciting to see the festival back this year. So thank you all for coming out. And I got to thank Michael Braunfeld, the whole family. Andy, we love you all so much. Thank you for having me here. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much to my band. There they go. I love them. I miss them. I'll see them in the van very soon. Yeah, the new record's called Goodbye or Something. It's out now. We have copies at the merch stand if you want to stop by and get one. I'd like to send this one out to everybody here, all the volunteers at the Philly Folk Festival. It's a magical place. I want to see it year after year after year after year. So keep coming, and thank you all so much. I love you very much. You won't have to hear me chewing too loud again, or snoring through the nighttime while you're tossing and turning. And you won't have to hold my hand on the plane when I get scared, or talk me off the list when I'm sick with sad despair. And you won't have to text me that you made it home okay, but you never did that anyway, and I always found it strange. I guess it was too much for me to ask. You let me know you're safe. It's none of my business anymore. I'll have to find some faith. So good night, and God bless. Godspeed and all the rest. Love is not immortal, it dies like people do. So good night, God bless. Good luck to you. You won't have to put up with my relatives anymore. You always seem so stressed by them each summer down the shore. Sure, the Gallaghers can be a handful, hey, but that's what family's for. To celebrate and cherish, to wither and endure. And you won't have to see me passed out on the couch. Oh, we had our fun most of the time until I dragged us out. But I just thought when that piper came to call, you'd help me face him down. It's not your war to win, so I can't blame you for running out. So good night, and God bless. Godspeed and all the rest. Love is not a safe bet, it goes off like dynamite. So good night, God bless. Godspeed, sleep tight. See, there's no more compromising, and there's no more sacrifice. No more second fiddle, no more playing nice. You gotta meet your needs, even if it means blowing up your life. But when sleeplessness comes for you, give this song a try. So good night, and God bless. Godspeed and all the rest. Love is not a constant, it'll change and you will too. So good night, God bless. Good luck to you. Oh, love is not forever, it'll fade like me and you. So good night, God bless. Good night, God bless. Yes, good night, God bless.
John Gallagher Jr.